We are repeatedly reminded by the news media, aping the followers of Mohammedan propaganda, that it is their fastest growing religion. What are the facts?
Mohammedan Islam may or may not be the fastest growing cult belief system in the world. And even if it were, we have shown and proven in several of our chapters that their quantity has never been a measure of quality. We have demonstrated based on all the available historical and current records that under fundamentalist Mohammedan Islam, nothing worth living for can sprout because it is the ultimate joyless, hate-mongering, discriminatory, racist, and tyrannical system of governance that has ever been imposed upon humanity in the last 7,000 years of recorded history. All we need to prove our statements are the examples of the Taliban of Afghanistan or those of Somalia and the Sudan to start with. Now let us examine some of the underlying issues regarding this unsubstantiated claim. Mohammedan Islam allows its male followers to marry up to 4 wives and have as many concubines as they can afford, while in most of the world, husbands can have only 1 wife. Each wife may give birth to 5 or 10 children, whilst the birth rate in many democracies is about 2.2 per family. Mohammedans are allowed in the democracies to proselytize and convert indigenous people to their cult belief system, while Mohammedan Muslim states, numbering about 55, prohibit any other religion from proselytizing in their countries. The followers of Muhammad are prohibited upon pain of death from converting to any other belief system. New converts to Mohammedan Islam are never warned beforehand that from the moment they join the cult, there is no escape clause, but through death, because based upon the Sunnah traditions of Muhammad, he ordained that those who leave his cult must be slaughtered, and they are. While the followers of Muhammad are allowed in the West to build many of the most stupendous and sumptuous mosques in the world, the followers of Muhammad in almost all 55 states of theirs would not allow any churches or temples to be built in their countries. While the followers of Muhammad are free to practice their cult belief system unmolested in the West, they deny any and all vestiges to be practiced by Christians, Hindus, Jews, or Buddhists in their countries. The followers of Muhammad in Africa especially use terror and enslavement of the animist and Christian Africans to force them into their cult. The news media regularly report the abductions of both girls and boys of Hindu, Buddhist, or other minorities in Mohammedan countries such as Pakistan, Bangladesh, Somalia, Sudan, to name just a few, and force them by rape and enslavement into becoming so-called Muslims. In spite of the possibility of being murdered by one's own kith and kin, and at the extremely heavy price of being ostracized, thousands upon thousands of the followers of Muhammad in the democracies do convert out of the cult of Muhammad. But this is neither mentioned in the media nor by the followers of Muhammad. Finally, and most important of all, there are no actual and properly conducted censuses taken in any of the 5 Mohammedan states around the world. All we have are unsubstantiated numbers plucked from the air. Based upon the facts above, it is not rocket science to conclude that their cult belief system may be spreading faster than others, but not due to any merit. It was Muhammad who 1400 years ago started the process of forcing his fellow Arabs into his self-created cult belief system through terror and bribery. The Muhammadan records show that the day after he was dead, tens of thousands of those who were terrorized into becoming his followers apostatized. It took Abu Bakr, his first successor to absolute theocratic power, 2 years of continuous slaughtering to bring the whole of the Arabian Peninsula to become subject once again to the terror and tyranny of Mohammedan Islam. As we see in all forms of the news media from all over the globe, not an iota has changed in the last 1400 years of history in the methodology of forcing, bribing, and or deceiving people into joining their cult belief system. It is crystal clear that very few people, when armed with the full understanding of the cult, would voluntarily convert to Mohammedan Islam. Al-Tawbah 9.33. It is he who hath sent his apostle with guidance and the religion of truth to proclaim it over all religions. Al-Imran 3.85. Anyone desiring a religion other than Islam, submission to Allah, never will it be accepted of him. Bukhari, volume 9.57. Narrated Ikrimah. Some atheists were brought to Ali and he burned them. The news of this event reached Ibn Abbas, who said, "If I had been in his place, I would not have burned them, as Allah's messenger forbade it, saying, 'Do not punish anybody with Allah's punishment, fire.' I would have killed them, according to the statement of Allah's messenger, 'Whoever changed his Islamic religion, then kill him.'" Muslim Hadith, book 16.4152. Abdullah bin Mas'ud reported Allah's messenger as saying, "It is not permissible to take the life of a Muslim who bears testimony to the fact that there is no God but Allah, and I am the messenger of Allah, but in one of three cases: the married adulterer, a life for a life, and the deserter of his deen, Islam, abandoning the community." Al-Muwatta of Imam Malik 1410. Zayd bin Aslam reported that the apostle declared that the man who leaves the fold of Islam should be executed. In conclusion, all their gloating is farcical and meaningless, since they cannot convert people based entirely on truth and dialogue, because the very foundation of the allegedly peaceful cult of Muhammadan Islam is set in mendacity and evil.